You a man with pride. Don't do shit like that.
What's good, War Room World? Welcome to another edition of A Few Good Minutes in the War Room. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan. I'm here with the homies, Jimmy Williams.
What up, though?
B. Austin.
I never ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a cornball brother man.
That's self-destruction, people. Speaking of that, we're going to talk a little bit about RG3 today. Well, it's RG3 related in the very least. The Washington Redskins fans have gotten wind of the link to RG3 and his fiance's registry on Bed Bath & Beyond, and they have been sending him gifts since last week when it was listed in the Washington Post in a column. Before I even give my thoughts on this, man, I'm gonna just let you brothers rock, man. What do you think it is? I mean, we've seen B. Austin, especially you and myself, actually residing in the DMV area. We kind of get to see firsthand of how the fans have accepted, if that's the word you want to use, Robert Griffin III into this town after, one pretty good rookie season. Is this too much, sending him wedding gifts off his wedding registry? Is this too much?
Essentially, if the man could put his schlong on top of the heads of the Redskins fan base, they would allow it. Is it too much? Of course it's too much. Of course it's too much. My whole issue with Robert Griffin, I mean, you don't show up to the president's press dinner because you're a Republican. Okay, cool. You have a right to your political views. But if that was me and I was a Republican, most of his fan base here would be slandering me. But because it's RG3, it's okay to diss President Barack Obama. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I got you. I got your number, RG Thrizzle. I got your number.
But in a situation,
it's hero worship, man. It's hero worship.
I'm about to say, in a situation like this, though, I mean, the fans brought this on. Now, let me before I get Jimmy's opinion,
I ain't even knocking RG3.
Let me read his tweets. Because he actually sent a photo. He sent this photo here out on his Twitter. And I'll read his quotes while the photo was up. He's actually posing in front of all of the gifts that the people brought for him. And
all of the gifts that the Dick Eaters bought?
Whoa there.
Yeah, whoa there, buddy. All right, so this is what he tweeted. Let me get that photo up for you while I'm reading it. He said, thank you to the fans who are helping buy all the items. He put all, A-L-L in capital letters, all the items for our wedding registry at Bed Bath & Beyond. Then he started to get a little bit of backlash from the fans, and not his fan, not Washington Redskin fans, of course, just other people on Twitter. Then he later said, well, I didn't ask the fans to buy me anything. They found it on their own and decided to get what they could. Shaking my head to all the Debbie Downers. That's cornball brother language. Then he also tweeted, because you are rich, you're not allowed to receive gifts, and any gifts you receive should be donated to charity. #wow, shaking my head. All right, see, my whole issue with this whole thing, when I first heard it, was definitely all about the fans and kind of what B. Austin talked about. It's a lot of hero worship, idol worship, Richard Ridery going on in the DMV area, surrounding RG3. And the Redskins are a very, very loyal fan base. I mean, loyal to the point where I think the fans think they're going to get their fan card revoked if they go against anything, Redskin
no objectivity.
Last week we spent the last 2 weeks arguing with people who are actually defending the derogatory racial slur of Redskin with the whole name controversy. Now people are actually defending this. I mean, if people want to send them gifts, whatever. Okay, if people want to spend their hard-earned money sending them gifts, yeah, it is their prerogative. But at the same time, like, his jersey was the #1 seller in the league this year. The seats are full every week. You're chanting his name, even if he's nowhere to be seen. His running back in a game that decides their playoff fate against their arch rival, their running back can go for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. RG3 can throw for 100 yards, and they're still chanting his name, when it's all said and done. So we know how they love him. It seems like they need a hero so bad that they'll basically do anything for this man. Like I said, I live in the area. I've already seen somebody with a Virginia license plate and a Maryland license plate that says RG3. So I'm assuming if somebody has that with a DC tag, then Robert Griffin III doesn't even have room for his own vanity plates in the city because they're already taken. This is too far, people. Seriously.
Put it on my face.
You can be a fan of your team, you can be diehard, you can love your quarterback, but he doesn't know you. Why are you sending him wedding gifts? A wedding is something personal between a man and his fiance and their families. You don't know him.
He doesn't love you. He's a Republican. He don't even like black men. Never mind.
Whoa.
What do you think about this? What do you think, Jim?
Listen, man. All I want to say is, this is a society we live in. We love heroes, man. And who better than RG3 for them? I mean, why do you always tell them, well, we speak so well? Are you the one we look to, the decent Negro? The acceptable Negro? Hell no. But they say these are our heroes. To quote my man Isaiah Jones, man. These are our heroes, man. And this is their hero, so they're going to do what they do. They actually defend him, tooth and nail. Doesn't matter what he does. He can come out and, smack his wife at midfield in the middle of the game, Doesn't matter. RG3 is the king of DC. I'm not in DC, but I already recognize it, so I don't even argue with people when it comes to RG3. Because, he's the new Rayful Edmonds, His name is Robert Rayful. Rayful Griffin III, He's the king of DC.
I ain't gonna do Rayful.
But look, like I said,
Rayful Griffin III, man.
In the conversations that I had today, I kind of was absolving him of anything in this situation. But once you read his tweets, though, and the fact that, he sent the picture out kind of like, I got this from my court and all the court jesters who root for me. I don't know. I was listening to local DC radio, and some people were making some pretty good points, saying that, he even has to know better than to subject himself to this kind of punishment on social media by not posting photos like that, by not getting defensive when people take you to task for certain things, and just kind of fading to the back and chilling. Because, a lot of people made some good references, like these people are sending Robert gifts for his wedding, but these same people probably wouldn't give a can of soup to a homeless person. You know what I'm saying? So, he has to kind of, realize that kind of stuff. And
so what you're saying, essentially,
he can't give it back now because of his tweets. He couldn't even make it look good now and try to give the stuff to charity because he already scolded the fans on Twitter for basically hating on him, because he said after all of those tweets, he said haters gonna hate.
Essentially, you've said that the brother could have been socially responsible and pointed those people that were willing to spend their hard-earned dollars and point them in the direction of expending their energy, time, and resources and money on people that need it.
I mean, Michael Jordan didn't, so why should he? But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dev.
No, I mean, possibly, that could be the case. But like I said, any move to try to do that,
gay rights.
Any move to try to do that after the fact,
true, that's a good call.
Is not going to be a good look, because he already said what he said on Twitter. So I don't know, man. It just seems like there's so much more happening in Redskin land during the off season. Not like it used to be, because they used to be the king of the off season with the pickups of the big contracts.
Now they don't got to spend no money to get the attention.
Now the stories and the attention are something different, and I know people are going to complain. You're the ones talking about it. It's a story. Talk to your fan base if you think it's a problem, because buying professional athletes that you've never met in your life, you have no idea what that man says about you people when you go home, when he goes home at night.
Have some decency and pride about yourself.
Yeah, I can't say that any better, man. So look, man, we're going to sign off. Make sure you leave some comments. We expect to get a lot of slander from Redskins Nation, but so what? I have y'all buying me gifts in a couple weeks. So
shout out to Alfred Morris. You still my homie.
This is
you the engine of the Redskins.
Wayne Perry.
That's Wayne. Yeah, that's Wayne P.
Go ahead. There you go. I'm chilling.
Like I said, look, we got a lot of fans in DC. So look, we love y'all seriously, but Y'all gotta have some pride, man. It's just one person.
Self-respect.
I know y'all are loyal fans to this organization. Stop putting people above the organization.
Root for the name on the front of the jersey, not the back.
Y'all are putting undue pressure on this man. Y'all putting the weight of the world on his shoulders. If he comes out and has a bad few seasons, as quickly as y'all building him up, y'all gonna be tearing him down, and I'm gonna be telling you I told you so. So let that man be who he is. Let him, be a good player and do what he has to do without all the pressure that you guys are putting on him by being on his jock this hard. So look, this has been another few good minutes in the war room. I don't even know what else to say on stuff like this, man.
Stop dissing Obama and go to his dinner.
Don't accept mediocrity and be steadfast in the war against ignorance and the war against jock rattery.
I shall see you chumps on top.
War Room 10 Clan.
You already know.
Kuwait, it's the war room with 5 nights at the round table, 5 Philly